And this is probably going to be like the biggest change that I'm making. And that is stop selling things that I hate selling. Oh, and it's so hard. What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. It's been a while since I posted a video. I think the last video I posted was at the beginning of October. I'm so sorry I haven't been really active on YouTube. To be honest, I haven't really been very active on eBay either. Just to give you a quick little recap of my year of 2024 as a reseller. I started off the year as a full-time seller, and I went into 2024 feeling like it's going to be a great year. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to sell all the things. I'm going to make lots of profit, and everything's going to be great. And for the most part, it was okay. I did work really hard, but I'm just kind of like in that situation where I'm doing this by myself. I have 0% help from anyone else. Before, like, my husband used to help me source, so I had that, but now I just like everything's just by myself. I live in an area where it's very expensive. The thrift stores are really expensive. It's getting harder and harder to find good things at yard sales. It's just, being a reseller just isn't what it used to be, at least for me in my area. And that's been a little bit of a tough pill to swallow for me. I had to really humble myself a bit and realize, okay, even though this is, I have a great store. When I posted my video about the fact that, like, I had to go back to work, I had some people go and look at my store and be like, oh, it's the things you sell, that's why you're not successful, blah, blah, blah. Everyone trying to like nitpick and find reasons why. Honestly, I think I'm a really great reseller. I think I'm really good at sourcing. I'm very, very proud of my store, but I just think a lot of like my personal circumstances just was working against me. And reselling just hasn't been the same as it was when I first started selling full time. And I'm noticing I'm still getting sales, but it's just like, at the end of the day, when I'm looking at the money I made, it's just not the same because I have higher expenses on other things. And long story short, it just wasn't working out for me as a full-time gig. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I ended up finding a job during the summer that I absolutely love. I'm so happy at my new job. And one of the things about this new job is it is part-time, so it does leave time for me to still continue my eBay business. Now, so I'm not selling full-time anymore, but now I have a stable job with stable income. And then I have this side hustle, other part-time job that is just, it's just really awesome. Like, it's working great for me. And I feel like I'm really great at reselling as a part-time seller, but not so good at full-time. It's just, I don't know, it just is what it is. And it took a while for me to accept it and to not be upset about it. So as November came along, I really worked really hard to get a lot of things listed. Like, any extra free time I had, I was listing. So that's why you guys didn't get any videos in November at all, because I was just like, list, get everything listed. I was out there sourcing. I was building up my store because I knew that the Christmas season was just right around the corner and I wanted to get my store ready. And I will say that my sales were pretty good during the Christmas season. They've been better other years, but they've been worse. So I was ultimately pretty happy with it, because once, I would say, like, the second week of October, I kind of checked the second week of December, I pretty much checked out. And I wasn't really sourcing anymore. I was still listing, like, I still listed all through December, but like not very much, just whatever I could do here and there. I let my my work area just like turn into complete like shambles because I wasn't really putting any effort into like keeping that organized and, you know, put together. I was being kind of like lazy. And I pretty much December, no, it was just all about family, and it was all about my other job and friends, and that's where like most of my focus was. So that's why you also didn't get a video in December, because I was just kind of reselling, eBay checked out for a while. And I was okay with that. I was still shipping things every single day, and all the hard work that I put into the whole year just kind of paid off at the end, and I was able to take a little bit of a break from it. But now that it's the new year, and the holidays are over, like I feel like I'm ready to jump back in, and I'm really excited about it. And I've along the way decided to make many changes to how I run my business. And that is actually what this video is all about. And the purpose of this video is just to tell you like what my plans are for the new year, because I'm really excited about it and I want to share it. But I also want to make it very clear that just because this is my plan and what I plan on doing, it may not be what's best for you. So always keep that in mind, not just with this video in particular, but any YouTube video you watch. It's great to see what other people are doing. It's great to get ideas, but there is no one eBay store that's created equal, and your store is not the same as mine or anybody else's. So you just have to do what's right for you and for your store. But I will say though that one thing will be true for everybody is just working hard, educating yourself, and always doing the right thing. Those are the things that are going to be universal across the board, right? But all the other details in between, try different things. Try free returns, try buyer pays returns, try no returns, see what works for you, right? But give it a try, and don't just listen to what other people are saying. Be very careful when you're on social media, and dude, there's so much bad information out there, guys. Just be very careful with who you get your information from, who you take your advice from. Find a couple of YouTubers or influencers, I don't know what you want to call them, but just find somebody who you look up to, that you feel like their values align with yours, that sell similar things to what you sell. And just find someone who like you trust their advice, and you follow those people. But like just be very careful. There's just, I see so many things on social media just from different groups, like reselling groups, or also just from like shorts and reels and just all over social media, where it's just like, man, that's bad advice. Ugh. Just be careful. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone wants to be out there and sharing their opinions and stuff. And a lot of times I think that like there's just so much clickbait too. Like that clickbait just drives me insane. Anyways, I know I got off topic a little bit there, but I just had to say it. So it's a new year and I have a new vision for my store. And that vision is pretty simple. Make profits and have fun. Period. That is what I plan on living by in 2025 when it comes to reselling. Make profits, have fun. Whatever decision I choose to make on anything, no matter how big or how small, is it bringing me profits and am I having fun? And if one of those things don't align, then it's not aligned with my vision for the year. I remember at a time that I was really good at reselling, like better than I am now for some reason. I don't know. Well, I always felt like that was when I was having the most fun. And I want to get back to that, because if I'm not having fun, I'm not making profits. If I'm not making profits, I'm not having fun. And it's just, that's what keeps the wheel spinning for me. I have to be able to do those two things. So how do I accomplish that? What is it that I need to change about my business right now that's gonna help me to have fun and make profits? So there are 3 parts of reselling that I feel are like the 3 major parts, right? The first one is sourcing. And sourcing, honestly, I feel like that's where most of the talent comes in, is knowing how to pick up the right items and for the right prices, right? If you don't know how to do that, you're not going to be successful at reselling at all. The second thing is the administration part of it. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but that's, you know, all of the making your listings, your drafts, posting, taking the pictures, doing the cross posting, you know, sending offers, all those little things that anybody can do, right? Like you can hire a teenager and they can go do all those things for you, right? There's a little bit of like less talent in that part of reselling. That's just the part that most people don't like doing, is the admin part of reselling. And then the last part is the shipping. So I feel like you gotta, you know, those are the 3 steps of reselling. And I was just like, okay, out of these 3 things, like what are the things within those things that I need to be changing in 2025? So first I want to talk about sourcing. And this is probably going to be like the biggest change that I'm making. And that is stop selling things that I hate selling. Oh, and it's so hard because it's like I walk into a thrift store and I want to look at all the things, right? Like I'm just like, I just have like this anxious part of me that's like, I just don't want to leave something on the table that could make me money. Like I have to look at all the things and I'll go around, spend hours in one store. And by the time I leave that store, I've got a headache. I'm exhausted. I just want to get home. You know, like it started off fun, but by the time I left, like I kind of left a little bit irritated, just tired. I spent too long in that store, right? Stop looking at the things that I hate to sell. This is gonna look different for you than it does me, but I'm gonna tell you like some of the things that I hate selling. I hate selling shoes. Okay, so I hate cleaning them. I hate storing them. I hate shipping them. I hate selling shoes. Is there lots of profit to be made in selling shoes? Yes, absolutely. Like there are sellers out there that only sell shoes, right? Selling shoes, you can make good profit. But I think that there's a lot of wisdom in being able to be like, I'm going to save this for somebody else. And it's okay. I'm not like, I just got to work on being able to do that. I do not like selling items that are breakables. There's a really great chance that I'm going to break it before it's time to ship it. It takes a lot of work to ship and takes a lot of time. I have to store it in a way that it's not going to break. So for me, that's going to be, I have to package it right after I list it. And now that I've packaged it, now it's taking up more space in my inventory. Oh, my shipping lady's here. Can you hear the beeping? She's scanning all my items. I hate selling jeans. I hate selling like big toys. I hate selling black t-shirts because I always can't get the lint off of them. Or like the little hairs or something. I'm just gonna stop looking at those things that I hate selling. It's taking the joy away from reselling. Well, what are some of the things that I like to sell? I love selling media. So DVDs, CDs, books. And they're so easy to store. They're so easy to ship. Like I just love selling media. Like I'm okay with buying a DVD for $2, selling it for $10, plus shipping, of course. It's not a lot of money, but if you list any media at the right price, it will sell fast. So I love it. I love selling video games. They sell super fast. The only thing about video games is that it's one of those types of categories, like anything that has to do with like video games or electronics, you're probably like there's a higher chance that someone's gonna try to like scam you, or there's gonna be like problems. It's just one of those categories, at least for me. But it's still worth it because they're just great sellers, right? They sell fast. So I love selling video game stuff. I love selling toys, small toys. And I like selling clothes, like t-shirts, like lightweight t-shirts that don't weigh a lot. I love selling vintage things. I love selling things that would be considered like cottagecore, you know, like just like vintage country looking unique items that people aren't going to find anywhere else. I like selling fabrics. So those are some of the things I love to sell, and those are going to be the things that I'm going to be focused on looking at when I go to the thrift stores. I think though that yard sales might be exceptions, because if I can bundle things together and get things for very, very cheap, I don't mind kind of like picking up those shoes or those black t-shirts because I'm getting them for really cheap. And if when I bring them home, if I decide, oh, I just don't feel like listing it, I'll just redonate it or something. It's not a big deal because I got it for cheap. So I feel like I might be open to purchasing more of the things that I don't like listing at yard sales versus just like going to like the thrift stores. And when I do go out to the thrift stores, I do plan on being a little bit more picky on the types of things that I pick up. And another thing that's huge for me that is going to be a very big change is that I am no longer going to go sourcing if I have something that I can be listing. Now, before I've always felt like I've always wanted to have a great amount of inventory always ready to be listed. I think I have probably about like a month worth of inventory still like ready to list before I have to go out sourcing. I actually thought about today. Today I actually was the first day in a very long time where I didn't have to work. I didn't have any sort of like obligations or any other plans. And my husband and daughter like went out for like a lunch date, and I'm here by myself, and it's like, what a great opportunity to make a video. But the first thing that did come to my head was I should go to the thrift store. But then I had to remind myself of the goal that I set. Like, no. You got to get everything listed in that garage first before you bring more stuff like that. You made that rule, Sabrina. You stick with it. Now I want to talk about changes that I'm going to be making like in the administrative part of reselling. I'm going to try to make myself not be so picky with every little thing. So quick example. I had paid my daughter, I don't know, maybe like a month ago to help me with some eBay stuff. So I think what I ended up doing was I was taking pictures of clothes, and then I would give her the clothes and have her fold them, put them inside their bags, and then like tape it shut. And then by the time I was done with the next one, and then also like lint roll, like if it needed lint roll, I'd have her take care of that part of it. So we were kind of like going down like a little train of doing that. And she was not really good at folding the shirts. Like it did not meet my standards of how I fold shirts and put them away. So I had sold one of those shirts recently that she folded and had put in the bag, and then I had put them in my storage. Well, anyways, I brought out the shirt to ship it, and I saw her folding job, and like my first like instinct was to be like, I'm just gonna refold this. And I'm like, Sabrina, you already like paid her to like fold this and put it away. Like, it's fine, just ship it. Like, who cares? Like, you got to get over this, right? So I ship it, and the person left me positive feedback, and one of the things they left in the feedback was how nicely it was shipped. And I'm just like, why do I obsess over little things like this? I just want to let that kind of stuff go. Another thing about myself is like when I take pictures of, so I have a mannequin, and I like to use the mannequin to take pictures of women's clothing. and I'll like display the mannequin different parts of my house, and it all depends on the lighting. Basically, that's how I choose where I take the picture. It's like, what room's got good lighting today at this time? But sometimes like in the picture, like there will be like a light switch or like a plug outlet or something, you know, and then like as I'm like trying to like the mannequin up for the picture, it's like that little light switch or something comes on and be like, no. Like, I don't want that in the picture. And then like I'll like spend all this time like moving it around trying to find that perfect spot so that like the light switch doesn't come off. Oh my gosh. Why do I upset? Dude, have you ever like gone on eBay to buy something and been like, ooh, there's a light switch in the background of that picture, I'm not gonna buy it? Like, no. Like, why do I care? My pictures still look really nice. I will never display the mannequin in a part where there's like a lot of like stuff going on. You know, I always make it look very nice and presentable. As you can tell, you know, I have a very nice house, you know, like, no, it's gonna look good. Like, it's gonna look fine. It's gonna look professional, but yeah, I obsess over those like little things. I actually have been using the, that AI photo room app or whatever it's called to like take out the background. It depends on the item though, because sometimes I don't want people to think that the item's new. Like that kind of can turn people off. So it all depends. Like, but I have been liking taking pictures on the mannequin, and then just not all of my pictures, but just the picture that I'm going to use as like the main profile picture, I'll remove the backgrounds on them just to make them look really nice and professional. So I've been doing that. But it all depends on the item. But it's just like these little things that I obsess over that don't matter. It doesn't matter. Like if I have a black shirt and I'm like lint rolling it, like there's no way you're gonna get all that lint off. It's just like not gonna happen, or like little hairs and stuff. I really want to work on not obsessing over like lint roll it to some extent, but it just is what it is, right? I'm not gonna get all of it out. Don't spend an hour lint rolling a shirt. And there was a lot of little things that I felt like as a reseller that I had to do daily. I always felt like I had to end my items and sell a similar. I always felt like at a certain time every day I had to be out there sending my offers. I always felt like I had to be like cross post a certain amount of items every day. I always felt like I had to like schedule listings to go out so I have the same amount of listings going out every day, so that like I was trying to do like all these things that the reselling world tells you that you need to do to be successful. And I have given all that up. I do not care anymore. If I feel like sending offers, I'll send offers. Like, I'm not gonna put pressure on myself to have to do it like at a certain time, this amount of times a day, and you know, like it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not gonna put all that extra, like hold all that extra eBay weight on my shoulders for things that don't really matter. I feel like what matters most is just focusing on getting your stuff listed, right? Just get it listed, just get it out there. The last thing I want to talk about is shipping. Shipping is just constantly going up. I feel like it's just one of those things. It's just going to keep raising and raising and raising. It has changed so much. I no longer ship priority mail like hardly ever. I actually think that it was cheaper to ship something in a flat rate envelope than it was to ship it ground. And that was rare. Like, that rarely happens. But in this particular case, for this particular item, where it was going, it was like 50 cents cheaper. So I was just like, okay, I'll just ship it priority mail. But it's like almost everything goes out USPS ground for me now. They're all constantly changing their shipping costs, which is why I like to have shipping policies. That way, if they raise their prices on shipping, I go in also and raise my prices on shipping. But I also have to like change things, because now most DVDs are cheaper to ship ground than they are medium mail, or they're about the same price. Anything that weighs over a pound, oof, it's just getting too expensive. It's like if I want to ship out a sweater, like I'm gonna have to charge like $10 for shipping to ship a sweater. And it's like, even for me, like I was shopping on eBay and I saw a sweater I really liked and it was like $7.99 a month. That is a really good deal for the sweater. But then I saw the shipping was $10 and I'm just like I wasn't like frustrated with the seller for 1 second because I knew like that's just how much it costs to ship it. But it was just frustrating because it's like, I don't want to pay more on shipping an item than like the actual item. I don't know. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm just like over it. I'm like, I just want to be able to ship like quick, lightweight items that don't take up a lot of space. And I don't have to charge a buyer a whole ton for shipping. I can offer free returns. And if I can offer free returns, then it'll likely sell faster. And it's just, yeah. I really want to be shipping items that are like lightweight items. Oh, I think I talked your ear off a bit already. I'm sorry, this video is so long. I just want to give you a little bit of a wisdom going into this new year. We live in a world right now that is trying to shove negativity, hate, anxiety down our throats. There's a big bad wolf out there who wants to come and huff and puff and blow your life down, right? But if you build your house on a strong foundation, can't touch you. And you live your life in a way that's pleasing to the Lord, and we love people. We don't judge people. I don't care if someone's different than I am. You be a good person. You do what's right, and you treat others the way you would want to be treated. Treat your buyers the way you would want to be treated. Stop expecting that everybody that has a problem is trying to scam you. You guys better buckle down. 2025 is going to be crazy out there. In this house is going to be built on love and peace and joy. And that is what I have for you, my friends. And that is my prayer for you, that you will have that too as well. Let's be a light in this world. And with that said, never forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you all next time. Love you. Bye.